Good day, everyone. So, welcome back to English for Academics and Professional Purposes. So, I'm Miss Riza G. Sahagun. So, for today, we'll discuss about the language used in academic writing. So, before that, let us know what are the learning objectives for these lessons. So, at the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to number 1, determine language style in academic writing, differentiate language style used in academic texts from various disciplines, and construct paragraphs using academic language. So let's recall. So last time we discussed about academic structure and academic text. So let's remember what are the lessons. So first is a well-structured text enables the reader to follow the argument and navigate the text. A clear structure and a logical flow are imperative to a cohesive text, and most academic texts follow established structures such as the three-part essay structure and the IMRAD structure. So let's spot the difference. So the directions, what is the difference following pairs of sentence, and then explain your answer. Write your answer in your notebook. So pair 1 is sentence number 1. It was raining cats and dogs. And sentence number 2, it was raining very heavily. So what is the difference of these two sentences? And then next, pair number 2. So sentence number 3, we believe the practice is unsustainable. And sentence number 4, it is believed the practice is unsustainable. Okay, so what's the difference? So those sentence has connection for this topic. So let's define what is an academic language. So academic language represent the language demand of schools like academic. So academic language includes language used in textbooks, in classrooms, on tests, and in each discipline. So it is different in vocabulary and structure from the everyday spoken. So English of social interactions. Each type of communication, both an academic social, has its purpose, and neither is superior to the other. So let's define what is academic writing. So last time we discussed about academic writing. So academic writing is generally quite formal, and it is objective, impersonal, and technical as illustrated in the diagram below. Later we'll discuss the diagram. So it is formal by avoiding casual or conversational language such as contraction or informal vocabulary. It is impersonal and objective by avoiding reference to people or feelings and instead emphasizing objects, facts, and idea. It is technical by using vocabulary to the discipline. Next. So this is the diagram, okay? So here in the middle we have the academic language. So let's define. For formal, avoid casual or conversational such as contractions and informal vocabulary. For objective, avoid personal or direct reference to people's feeling. To people or feelings. And then the last one is technical. Use vocabulary specific to the discipline. So furthermore, you can make your writing more formal, objective, and technical by following examples below. So here's the example. So for example, for formal, choose formal instead of informal vocabulary. For example, somewhat is more formal than a bit insufficient, is more formal than not enough. Okay? So for objective, move information around in the sentence to emphasize things and ideas. And instead of people and feelings, for example, instead of writing, I believe the model is valid. Based on these findings, write this. These findings indicate that the model is valid. And then for objective, you need to develop a large vocabulary for the concepts specific to the discipline. Specialization, so you're writing for writing for. To do this, take note of the terminology used by your lecturer and your tutor, so as well as in your reading. Next, for formal, avoid contractions. Okay? For example, use did not rather than didn't. Okay? Next, avoid evaluative words that are based on non-technical and judgments and feelings. For example, use valid or did not. Demonstrate instead of amazing or disappointment. Okay? And then be careful about the meaning of the technical terms. Often, the same words has a different meaning in another discipline. For example, discourse is a technical term used in multiple disciplines with different meaning. Okay. Another one. And so for formal, avoid emotional language. For example, instead of strong words such as wonderful or terrible, use more moderate words such as helpful or problematic. Okay? Next is for objective. Avoid intense or emotional evaluative language. For example, instead of writing, parents who smoke are obviously abusing their children. And then write secondhand smoke has some harmful effects on children's health. Okay, for technical, use the key categories and relationship in your discipline. So that's it. So the way information and ideas are organized into groups. For example, in the discipline of law, sorry, law is separated into two types: common law and uh, statute law. Okay. Next, instead of using absolute positives and negatives such as proof or wrong, use more cautious evaluations such as strong evidence or less convincing. Okay? Next, for objective, show cautions about your views or to allow room for the others. Disagree, for example, instead of writing, I think secondhand smoke causes cancer. So right there is an evidence to support the possibility that secondhand smoke increases the risk of cancer. And then, find authoritative sources such as authors, researchers, and theories in books or articles to support your point of view and refer to them in your writing. For example, instead of writing, language is, in my view, clearly something social. So write, uh, as Halliday 1973 argues, language is intrinsically social. Okay, so and then for technical, knowing this distinction will help you structure your writing and make it more technical and analytical. Okay, so that's it. Grade 12. So I'll discuss this on synchronous again. Okay, so thank you very much.